Hello everyone, allow me to tell my story. Myself, work in a big factory. There is two shift of works, day and night, full 24/24. Nothing's happen in daylight, of course, but it's same for night shift. Not sure. Heard of my senior brothers in work. When this factory's starting construction, there's one worker fallen from scaffold while in his work died on the way to hospital. But in fact, not only him unfortunate, there's still one electric worker was electrocuted to death right at the spot. It had not ended yet and there was still a cleaner cleaning up. No one understand why she had a heart attack and died at the scene. I've heard a lot of rumors that there are ghosts in this alley of the company I work for. What I heard is that there is a ghost that flies back and forth. Some people are scared, some not. There's a feeling that there are many eyes watching them. Many people in the office feel cold, as if someone is rubbing their back when they are sitting at their desk, as if sitting here and someone is touching them. Then there are many employees who say that when they want to urinate, dare them go alone. You have to invite some people to go there to be less afraid. For me, the night shift of the first week that I am worked here. When I work around 3 a.m. I look from the lower floor on the top floor for office workers, as well as private rooms of the company's board of directors and meeting rooms. I saw a bright light up there, and I wondered why. Why there was a light up. It's night shift now. As usual, no officer work at night shift. I just asked my friend who works with me, "Hey, you're behind the director. He's going to work early." My friend answered, "Who knows? If you want to know, ask security guys." So I called the security department's on-duty room. I asked those guys if there was anyone in the office coming to work or not. He smiled and said, "There was no one. You just came to work, so it's not strange. You will get used to it." I heard it and I was surprised. I just went to ask the guys on the same night shift. What they told me is that every afternoon after the morning shift, staff and the shift working on the reserved floor leave. The security guard's job is to check and close the room door, then turn off all the lights, then go out and close the main door of the store. Then they come back and sit in their duty room. Every early morning around 3 or 4 a.m. they are surprised. Suddenly saw a bright light on that floor. The reason is that they said it was because an old janitor had died and returned to do her daily work as before she died, so come around 3 or 4 o'clock. Morning is the time she comes to work. She's dead. Now she thinks she was alive still. She comes in, she turns on the light, goes to work. I heard the guys say that, but I don't believe it. I just think these guys made it up. Nowadays, there are no ghosts anymore. A few weeks later, one night during the break time to eat and drink, of course, after the servants went back to their duty room, I quickly ran up to the big boss's room. I opened the door to the room, took a few pens and some papers, on purpose made them scattered on the desk, and then pulled a little further away from the desk, making it all messy, not as neat as people had arranged, before closing the door. I turned off the lights and went back to work as usual. Until morning, before the cleaning ladies came to work. At 5 a.m. I told the foreman that I suddenly felt dizzy and lightheaded. It was almost overtime, so the foreman let me rest. I just lied. Actually, I did it on purpose and then had time to hurry up, so I ran up to my boss's room. As soon as I opened the door, the first thing that startled me was because of all the things I had displayed that I screwed all it up before. Now is so tidy. Everything is neatly lined up from the pen to the chair to the other chairs. The chair I pulled it away. Now it's hard to understand who pushed it back exactly the same. Who has the spare time to clean up the room? I shook my head in this room, didn't understand why. I closed the door. I thought it must be the old lady. Then on the way down, in the hallway, I clearly heard the voice of a man. No, an old lady or aunt is more correct. "Hey, little brother, hurry up and run down a bit." He came right away. When I heard the voice, suddenly I looked around, thought there was someone spectating me. I didn't see anyone. Okay, now I know. Let's talk. At that moment, my face turned pale like a medium rare steak, and I quickly ran down the stairs. Just as I reached the ground floor, I heard the foreman greet the boss and boss. Oh my God, one more time. I would scream at my lung in horror if I didn't run down in time. If the boss caught me in the act in his room, sure I would have to pack up, go home to sit and jobless. because I heard some guys say that 2 employees were fired because of the same as my curiosity. Then on the next shift, I heard foreman say, "Guys, there are some boxes of cakes in the dining room. Listen, eat comfortably." That's gift from the boss. Yesterday, he came to work early and brought a gift. Cake for everyone. Today, he took a few weeks off to take care of his son's wedding. As I sat down to eat the cake, I silently thanked that old janitor for saving my life, and from that day I never dared to make one another risky adventure like the last one. Every year at the New Year's Eve party, the boss always orders 2 huge roasted pigs. There are more than a dozen golden roasted ducks and trays of boiled chicken, even with all the offerings packs in the return ceremony. And the company's business growing steadily, must be said that it was like a fish in love with water. Then time passed and the boss also retired, handing over the power to his son. For some reason, after a few years, we no longer see the custom of offering roasted pigs, or there are trays of roasted ducks at the New Year's Eve party. Then the year-end Thanksgiving offerings as well disappear forever. The new boss no longer offers ceremonies at the end of the year, like the big boss did it before. So young people make all that decision to represent that they are anti-superstitious. We employees talk around. After that, what happens? We would say hundreds of unlucky things happen. Contracts are reduced and accidents are increasing more and more. What's even worse for the employees is that the factory burned down twice. 2 more employees died in the second fire. Maybe everyone understands why. Why did unlucky things always happen to the brand? The board of directors met and decided from then on to never forget the end of the year ceremonies every year, back to made it like the big boss did before.